You know, when the Samaritan woman came to Jesus for help, Jesus said, "It's not right to take the children's meat and cast it to the dogs." The children he's referring to were the Jews. The meat was the substance of the gospel, the substance of what he had to offer, the best of what he had to offer, the real meat of him. And the dogs he's referring to were the non-Jews. I mean, that's just what he was saying. And she said, "That's true, Lord. But even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the children's table." And Jesus commended her for it. So that right there really proves that there really is a difference between Jew and Gentile. Number one, I know Romans 11 says there's not in Christ, and that the Jews God has hardened the heart of the Jew to have mercy on the Gentile. However, number one, Jesus also called the Gentiles dogs. It's not right to take the children's meat, the Jews, the substance of the Jews, and give it to the dogs. That's true, Lord, but we get the crumbs. So we get the crumbs of what the Jews get. Jesus said that. Okay. That's biblical. That's my King James Bible. It's in there. Second of all, the Jews and Gentiles cannot be. Paul said in Christ there's neither Jew or Gentile, but I'm going to dispute that with this logic. If that were the case, then the rabbis who preach against the Gentile would have the same social penalties as Gentiles being anti-Semitic. There is no equivalency to anti-Semitism. It's its own thing. There's no such thing as being the equivalent does not exist for Gentiles. Anti-Semitism, oh boy, it's the top of the food chain, right? Well, the interesting thing is the opposite, being anti-Gentile, is actually biblical. It's actually Old Testament. So there is no equivalency between Jew and Gentile. I know Paul said there's no difference in Christ. I dispute that, because there is no equivalency for anti-Semitism. As a matter of fact, the opposite was commended in the Old Testament. So there is no equivalency. I dispute that. I guess I dispute the translation, because there is no equivalency for anti-Semitism. We're just not equal. We're just not.